we're going to break down the psychology of hidden progress and look at exactly why, for a lot of you, late success isn't just a possibility, it's practically inevitable. It usually starts with a really painful question. Why is everybody else ahead of me? Let's just validate that feeling for a second, right? It's a massive psychological weight. Your friends are getting promoted, your classmates are moving up the ladder, and then, of course, you've got those well-meaning family members asking when things are finally going to work out for you. For years, it can literally feel like you are going nowhere. It's incredibly discouraging. But as we'll see, psychology tells a completely different story about what's actually happening behind the scenes.
Think of your career sort of like a giant iceberg. Now, what everyone else sees is just the tip, or honestly, maybe the lack of one. To them, it looks like nothing is happening and you're just falling behind. But beneath the surface, psychology shows us that this isn't stagnation at all. It's actually a completely crucial hidden phase. You're down there deeply building your knowledge, you're sharpening those skills, and you're forging this massive foundation. Not all growth is visible right away, and that unseen preparation, that is exactly what sets up late bloomers for truly extraordinary things. Section 1. Measuring your hidden progress. Progress happens long before results appear. So how exactly do we measure this unseen growth internally before any shiny results actually appear? Well, it really comes down to these 3 steps. Step 1 is actively building your knowledge and skills behind the scenes. But steps 2 and 3, that's where the real magic happens, surviving repeated setbacks and then recognizing patterns from those past mistakes. Every single time you make a poor choice, or face a disappointment, or suffer a loss, you aren't actually failing. You're extracting vital data. If you really want to track your progress, start actively documenting the patterns of what doesn't work. That is incredibly valuable growth right there. Here is the absolutely crucial point. What actually sets you apart is how you respond to failure. A lot of people, they just stop trying. They move on after a few setbacks. But you've got this psychological refusal to quit. You apply repeated effort. And psychology shows that this kind of relentless persistence dramatically increases your chances of eventual success. Why? Because simply staying in the game, weathering the storm, eventually creates entirely new opportunities that the folks who quit early will literally never even see. Section 2. Forging better judgment. Experience teaches what confidence alone cannot. This brings us to a concept I absolutely love. Evidence-based confidence. When we're younger, our confidence usually just comes from this sort of blind optimism. But later in life, psychology calls it self-efficacy, which is basically confidence backed by cold, hard evidence. Late bloomers possess this rock-solid, realistic confidence specifically because they have a proven track record of surviving actual challenges and setbacks. You know deep down in your bones that you can recover from absolutely anything, simply because you've already done it. But to really unlock all of this, you've got to reach a catalyst moment. You have to totally drop the biggest psychological obstacle to success, which is comparison. You've got to stop looking sideways and asking, why am I behind? And instead pivot completely forward and ask yourself, what can I improve next? Once you drop that baggage, stop tracking everyone else's race and focus entirely on your own daily improvement. That is a real game changer. Everything shifts. Section 3. The sudden breakthrough, when the foundation is finally strong enough. And this brilliantly illustrates how that massive, unseen foundation finally breaches the surface. Let's walk through this timeline together. It starts with years, literally years, of invisible skill building. Think of it like a coder writing bad scripts in total obscurity. Then it's refined over months of surviving bugs and recognizing complex patterns. It gets hyper-focused in the days they spend completely ignoring what everyone else is launching. And then, bam, the moment. They launch an app that goes incredibly viral and the whole world calls them an overnight success. But everyone else is completely missing the years of unseen compounding effort that made that breakthrough totally inevitable. To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with this really powerful thought straight from the source material. Read this quote with me. Stop judging where you are today and start paying attention to where you might be tomorrow. Your hidden progress is real, and it is compounding every single day. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this. I'll leave you with this one final question. Instead of asking why you haven't succeeded yet, ask yourself, what invisible foundation are you pouring today?